Hey everyone, we're here to go over Eureka Grade 4, Module 5, Lesson 19, or specifically what our community went over on April 28th. So we're going to be going ahead and looking at some word problems that have to do with fractions, or some scenarios, I guess I should say. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and think about if we have to walk. I'll go ahead and put in the 3/4 in just a second, mile to school each way. How much do we walk in a typical school day? Great, so what we're thinking about is for me to get to school, because Miss Munachi did used to walk to school in elementary school, I had to walk 3/4 of a mile to there and 3/4 of the mile back. So we want to see how much we'd walk in a typical school day. Okay, so I draw my tape diagram. A little bit funky today. All right, so I need to go to school and I need to come back from school. So it's 3/4 there and it's 3/4 back. And I want to know how much I walk in that typical school day in all. All right, so yes, I don't know, or no, I don't know my total. Yes, I do have equal parts, but I'm going to go ahead and do repeated addition instead of multiplication for this one. So let's go ahead and combine these. So I would have 3/4 plus 3/4. I do have my same unit, so I can go ahead and just combine to figure out the number of total pieces I have. 3 plus 3 is 6. My unit is fourths. Now, 6/4 is an improper fraction. I'm going to go ahead and convert it to a mixed number up here. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a whole, which I know is 4/4, because in my numerator and denominator are the same. That signifies, that I have one whole. How many more fourths would I need to get to 6/4? 2 more fourths. 5 4/4 and 5/4, 6/4. All right, so then that means that this is the same as 1 whole and 2/4. So I would have to walk 1 2/4 miles in a typical school day. Let's go ahead and look at another one. And like I said, I'll fill in our fractions with our marker in just a moment. All right, so Kate read for 2/3 of an hour on Friday. She read for 1 1/3 hours on Saturday. How much more did she read on Saturday than Friday? All right, so I can tell that this is a comparison problem. Let's go ahead and draw our tape diagram to match. All right, so it was 1 1/3 hours on Saturday, and it was 2/3 hour on Friday. Okay, so it is a comparison problem because I want to know how much more. So I would have 2 tape diagrams. I could signify it with that. Here's my Saturday, which was 1 1/3 hours. I can tell that this is a larger value because 1 1/3 is greater than 2/3. So I'm going to signify that in my tape diagrams as well. And so I'm trying to figure out how much this little piece right here is, how much more. All right, so I know that in this scenario, my 1 1/3 is going to be my largest value, so that would be my total. It did not say anything about equal parts, so I would have to subtract. All right, so if I have 1 1/3, take away 2/3, this directly connects to what we went over previously, where I can see that I have my same unit, however, I only have 1/3 here. And so at this point in our 4th grade curriculum and year, we cannot take away this 2/3. So let's go ahead and rename this 1 1/3 as an improper fraction to try to get enough thirds. So I can rename this 1 whole as 3/3 because I know that those are equivalent values. And I still have this 1/3, of course. 3/3 and 1/3 together would give me 4/3. So now I have 4/3, take away 2/3. 4 take away 2 is 2, and my unit is thirds. So she read for 2/3 more hours on Saturday. Let's go ahead and look at one more. This time thinking about brownies. All right, so if I have a family made 2 cans of brownies, they ate 1 4/6 pans, how much is left? All right, so again, they've made 2 pans of brownies, 2 full pans, and they ate 1 4/6 pans. And we want to know how much is left. So let's go ahead and draw a tape diagram. They started off with those 2 pans of brownies. And I know 2 things happened to the brownies. Some they ate, and some are left. They gave me that they ate 1 4/6, so I can fill in that part of my information. I don't know how much is left. So let's go ahead and figure that out. So yes, I have my total. It did not say anything about equal parts, so I'm going to subtract. So that means that I would have 2 take away 1 4/6. All right, now this one's a little bit different than what we've done before, but even so, we can still apply our knowledge, and we can notice that I have 6th in what I'm taking away, but I don't have any here. So let's go ahead and break down that 2 or rename it as we decompose it into 6th. So I'm going to take 1 away from my 2, which would give me 1. If I have 2, I take 1 away, I have 1. And instead of writing that 1 and 1 for 2, I'm going to write 1 6/6. Now the reason that we can do this, if we cast our mind back to when we did this during class, is because 6/6 is the same as 1 whole. So 6/6, or 1 plus 1, would give me 2. So I'm just renaming. My value hasn't changed. So I can rename this 2 as 1 6/6. They are the same value, just different representations. All right, so I have my 1 6/6, and I'm going to take away 1 4/6. Let's go ahead and take away our wholes first, or our integers. 1 take away 1 would give me 0. And then 6/6 take away 4/6. 6 take away 2. 6 take away 4 is 2. And my unit is 6th. So they would have 2/6 pans left. All right, friends, so this has been a quick refresh of Eureka Grade 4, Module 5, Lesson 19. I hope that this helps you with your practice activity, and as always, just let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.